I'm back. Yay. So earlier we had our cozy conversation today, cozy chaos conversation, and now also on Saturdays we do the Sophia Scrolls. Last week, let me see, where did we leave off? We left off, today's scroll is, why is the book called Pistis Sophia? So if you want to find out that information, two things I need you to do. One is get the book Pistis Sophia, the Pistis Sophia, the Pistis Sophia, Sophia. And then two, listen to the video from last Saturday, so you can catch up where we are. So basically, I'm going to give you just a little bit of a recap, okay? Why is the book called Pistis Sophia? Pistis is a Greek word associated with faith, trust, or belief. And Sophia means wisdom. So you'll often see Pistis Sophia rendered as something like faith, wisdom. Okay? And this is where a lot of people don't even know. I didn't even know until earlier this year. I kind of like delved down the rabbit hole again. Came across something, algorithm changed again, and life happened. Oh, okay, this is what we're doing now. Alrighty then. So this is why I travel. I have no problem going down the rabbit hole. And some people think when you go down the rabbit hole, it's a bad thing. No, it's when you decide to step out of the box that everyone decides to try to put us in society and religion and whatever else, and say, this is the right way. Not necessarily. It's their way. Does it mean it's the wrong way? No. That means it's another way. It's a different way, because all roads lead to the same ending, the same space, the same place. There's nothing wrong with you going outside of the box. You're not supposed to be stuck in it anyway. So, moving on to this week, we are going to talk about I think it's who is Sophia. We talked about who Sophia is. Yes, that's what we're going to talk about. So, let me get to my spot. Just so you guys know, Sophia is not a person. But at the same time, she is, just for relatable purposes. We learned what Pistis Sophia is last week. And again, if you do not have the book, please go get it, so you can keep up with what we're talking about in this podcast or video. So we've learned what Pistis Sophia is. We've explored why the word faith and wisdom belong together. Now it's time to meet Sophia. And this is where things get really, really interesting. The word Greek, I'm sorry, I have a hard time with words. It's like they get twisted up. The Greek word Sophia means wisdom, as I just said. So when we encounter Sophia in ancient spiritual writings, we're encountering more than a woman's name. We're encountering wisdom personified, expounded on, opened up, clarified, bigger than what the word is. I think you guys get the point. In Pistis Sophia, Sophia is represented as a spiritual being with a vast divine cosmology. She desires the higher light, leaves her appointed place. I want y'all to listen to what I'm saying right now. Don't just let it glaze over, okay? This is the divine wisdom personified. So, but I want you to understand the description. And women specifically, because, you know, I want you to understand. Just listen. We all have the divine wisdom in us. So let's just not be like, you know. Anyway, we'll talk about the divine feminine and the divine masculine in another text or somewhere down the line. That might be a month study as well. But anyway, listen again. I had to stop because I want to get your attention to make sure you get this. In the Pistis Sophia, Sophia is presented as a spiritual being with a vast divine cosmology. Get this. She desires the higher light. What do we desire? The higher divine light. She leaves her appointed place in pursuit of it. Then she descends into chaos, encounters suffering and opposition, cries out for help, and begins a long journey toward restoration. Don't that sound like life? That sounds a lot like life. Life. Basically what we do when we come to earth. We leave our appointed place in pursuit of the higher light. For us as humans, or spirits in a human body, let us just say, that is just basically like the meaning of life. What are we here for? Understanding this life. Why are we here? The same thing over and over again. Why are we here? Why are we here? What is this all about? What does it all mean? Anyway, she leaves her appointed place in pursuit of the higher light. She descends into chaos. How many of us go through chaotic times in our life? How many of us have been through chaotic times in our life? Encounter suffering and opposition. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Cries out for help. Raise your hand again. And begins a long journey towards restoration. Anyone recognize any of this? So, is Sophia a person? Not in the ordinary human sense. But within the story, wisdom has been given identity, voice, desire, struggle, and experience. Wisdom has a story. Sophia is wisdom. And that matters because Sophia's journey allows us to see something that an extract definition of wisdom cannot show us. Wisdom can seek. Wisdom can make a mistake. I want y'all to hear this before you go off on your tangent and jump off the cliff, because I don't have a rope today, okay? Wisdom can seek. Wisdom can make a mistake. Wisdom can learn through experience. Wisdom can cry from the depths, and wisdom can rise. Guess what? You can too. But guess what? We all have wisdom within us, which means we go through those same things. Perhaps this is one reason Sophia's story has survived for so long. We don't simply read about wisdom. We watch wisdom journey. And somewhere along the way, we may begin recognizing pieces of our own journey in hers. Why does this matter? And these podcasts, these are short podcasts, because I don't want to have you on here like, oh my God, I need a notebook, and oh my God, that's too much information, and I don't want you to be like, I need you to get the gist of it, ponder on it, and go read, okay? Why does it matter? We often think being wise means always knowing the right answer. Sophia challenges that idea. Her story suggests something much more human and much more compassionate. Wisdom can be formed through experience. Basically, that's pretty much what it is. Anything you experience is wisdom, especially if you grow from it. Sometimes we learn because we choose correctly, and then sometimes we learn because we didn't choose correctly. Sometimes we discover the light because we've experienced what it feels like to lose sight of it. And sometimes the wisdom we carry today was born from something we once wished we never had happened. What? Had never happened. Let me say that again. Sometimes we discover the light because we've experienced what it feels like to lose sight of it. We've lost our way. And sometimes the wisdom we carry today was born from something we once wished had never happened. I'm pretty sure we got a whole lot of hands raised because there are a lot of things in your life you wished had never happened. I know I do. But because of it, I got the wisdom and I learned and I understand things that I did not understand many years ago. So your journey does not disqualify you from wisdom. It may be where some of your deepest wisdom was formed. So before we are so quick to judge a person for the mistakes that they make, sometimes it's easier to step back and just understand that their journey in this piece of the story, or their story in this piece of that journey, is not over. I don't know which way that's supposed to go, but you get what I'm saying. You know, the word ignorant is kind of sometimes used as an insult, but ignorant basically is I don't know right now. I'm making mistakes and I'm learning my way through it. Am I trying to do it? No. Sometimes do I wish I had went through it? No. Did I enjoy the pain? No. But did I gain wisdom from it? Yes. Do I know better? Yes. Can I change the past? No. But I can learn from it. So your thought to carry today in this. Perhaps wisdom isn't never losing your way. Perhaps wisdom is learning how to recognize the light and turn towards it again. That's the trick. That's not even the trick. That's the lesson. That's the thought. Perhaps wisdom isn't never losing your way. Perhaps wisdom is learning how to recognize the light and turn towards it again. Allergies. So, if you're reading Pistis Sophia, again, Pistis Sophia, Sophia, with us, continue into the portions where Sophia herself enters the narrative. Pay attention to how the text describes the light, Sophia's place in the spiritual realms, what she sees and desires, and the beginning of her movement away from her appointed place. This is key for us to be able to use this as a reflection to our own lives. Because at some place in our lives, we were in the same space. Don't worry about memorizing all the names, aeons, rulers, powers, or spiritual realms. It's going to have you, trust me, it's going to have you all tossed up. What, who, why, where, It's a lot of them. For now, just follow Sophia's story and ask yourself, what does she see? What does she desire? What causes her to move? Okay? And we'll unpack the cosmology as we need it. Take notes. Ask questions. Leave them in the comments below. We can talk about it. Next week on the Sophia Scrolls. Now that we've met Sophia, we have to understand where she actually is. Because before we can understand Sophia's why Sophia's descent matters, we need to understand the world Pistis Sophia describes. So, what does that mean? In the book, it's going to talk about the aeons. It's going to talk about the pleroma. It's going to talk about the 13th aeon. It's going to talk about the light. So, don't worry, because we're going to unroll it slowly but surely, one scroll at a time. And we're just at scroll 3. So, with this, I leave you. Enjoy the day. Get the book if you haven't gotten it already, if you plan on going along with this understanding, because this is just a brief podcast. Until next time, I will talk to you next week. Have a wonderful Saturday and a wonderful week. Be blessed. Bye.